They put on like peppers and onions, sauteing, lather them up nice on top. They put, I don't know, mozzarella or provolone on top. And then they drizzle some of the sauce that was, they take the sauce that was like in the sausage. You know, the sausage was sitting in the sauce, and they just like drown it in it. And they just wrap it up in tinfoil and give it to you. And oh my God, is it the best thing you've ever eaten.
We're rolling.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hog Talk.
And do we have a special guest for you all today? This has been a guy that we've been wanting on the podcast since day one, aka about 2 weeks ago. We put this podcast together with the intention that this man would be on this podcast within the first 2 episodes. And
Absolutely.
We made that happen.
Absolutely.
With the help of him. And I've heard rumors that this man can jump a tall building, run as fast as a speeding bullet, and can eat pretty much anything, while also fighting a pack of bears.
I've heard the same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Browns superfan, future WWE superstar, and future doctor, Junkyard Jonny Todd.
Yeah!
Is this mic on?
Yes.
Yeah, it's on.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Jonny Todd. Friends with these two guys for quite some time. They call me Junkyard, but most of them call me Junk. I'm glad to be on Hog Talk today. You know, it's an honor. It's special. You know, it gives me joy to say I am part of the Hog Talk 2nd episode run. I'm the first guest appearance. What more would you want? And the next podcast to rival every other one on the market.
That is right.
That is some high praise. This is going to be a good show.
This is going to be
I'm
good.
excited.
Why don't we start with this, Johnny? Tell us the story of Junk. Tell us the story of how the name Junkyard Jonny Todd came about.
You know, I get this asked all the time. Always am glad to explain the story. So freshman year, which we were all the same age, if you don't know that, we went to go play a football game at John Carroll, who is our rivals, and they suck. I was on JV at the time. This might have been our second game of the season or so.
I was there too, yeah.
And, you know, at this time, I really didn't get a haircut or anything, didn't really have any money, didn't really shave my face, so I looked really, like, scraggly.
Dirty.
You know, I wouldn't say dirty, maybe dirty.
Definitely dirty.
Dirty will come later. So we wake up, it's Sunday morning, I go, you know, I'm in my room, and I just throw on a t-shirt and just walk out the door, and it ends up just being a white t-shirt with a bunch of stains on it. You know, just the Hanes plain white tees you get at the store. So, you know, we're on the bus, and we're just going over there, and then, you know, everyone's having a good time, whatever. I'm taking a nap. It's me. I usually sleep before the games on the bus. We get there. We're in the locker room. And if you know how the locker room sort of goes in a football team, you know, we got everyone, like, usually the old line sort of sits together. Hogs. So we all just were sitting there with our coach, who is the GOAT, Charlie Avila, assistant online coach at the time. Shout out to him. Best Mexican dude I know. You know, we're all just sitting there chit-chatting. You know, some people have their gear on, some don't. I don't. So I'm just sitting there, and we're all just chit-chatting, and he just goes, Johnny, it just looks like you work at a junkyard with that white t-shirt on. And everyone starts dying laughing. Dying. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, I work at a junkyard. I mean, I did have, like, 8 stains on the shirt, so...
You were grimy that day.
Well, yeah, well, also, like, my hair was probably the length it is now. I would say medium haircut length. If you don't know what medium haircut is, look it up. Scraggly face, just like beard, but not a cool beard. Yeah, so that's like the image you should look in your head. You're like, wow, that's a beautiful man.
Imagine a big caveman from the Geico commercials, the old Geico commercials.
With just a white t-shirt on.
Yeah, with a white t-shirt.
That's it.
Hanes t-shirt on.
That's it.
Yeah.
And so everyone starts dying laughing. Ha ha ha! Johnny, it's so funny. And then that Sunday, I guess, we beat John Carroll, JV. And
killed him.
I did really good. I won Offensive Lineman of the Week. That happens if you do the best grade. They do it for both varsity and JV. So that week, during the next week of football, during our next game, they usually do awards on like Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. And Vince Karras, he always explains who gets the awards and stuff. He was our head coach. And he goes, the offensive lineman of the week for the JV game is Junkyard Jonny Todd. And everyone on the team. I mean, at this time, you could say, like, there's 200 kids on the team. We had a lot of kids in the football team. Everyone starts dying laughing. But I was just like, yeah, I won, man. Yeah, that's me. I don't know. I start laughing, too, because I think it's funny. And after that, everyone just started calling me Junkyard. And then it just slowly cut down to Junk. And great nickname. I love it. It's pretty cool. My friends at home even call me that now because I'm just so popular, I guess.
You are forever branded Junkyard in my book.
Jonny Todd was a good name. It rolls off the tongue. But now Junk just flows even better.
Now, was that the same day that VK challenged you to a wrestling match on the 50-yard line?
That was a different day.
That was a year later.
Right next to you. I was standing right next to you.
He asked Klaus, not me. If he asked me, I actually probably would have wrestled him. But this was during camp.
Yeah.
And it was camp. It might have been like the first 3, 4, or 5 days. And it was like they were doing some special teams drill or I don't know. The O-line was on the sideline.
Yeah, we were getting
the O-line was on the sideline, and Klaus and I are standing there chit-chatting. We're literally on the 50-yard line. And VK goes, "Hey, Klaus, do you want to wrestle me on the 50-yard line?" And I'm just like...
We looked at each other like...
Did you just say that? Because I was like, oh my god, this is our chance.
This is our chance to take him down.
Now, Jonny Todd is a huge WWE fan. And have you migrated to...
Wrestling fan.
Big wrestling fan.
Because I do have to say, WWE is very bad right now. I haven't watched WWE in probably like 2 years.
You're into AEW now?
It's a lot better.
Really?
If you are a wrestling fan, you should watch AEW or New Japan World Wrestling.
Why is that?
Because it's a lot better wrestling. WWE is like, the highest, known wrestling organization. But it's just so bad. I can't.
So, if I remember correctly, OG Chris Todd was a professional wrestler at one point, right?
He was trying to be. My dad was going to be a wrestler after college, but he got hurt working at UPS and hurt his neck. Or back. I can't remember which one. I know he hurt both. Like, he actually hurt both in real life, but he hurt one of those, and he was about to get shipped off to Japan in like a month. And he was going to be a wrestler.
Damn.
That would have been awesome.
So
he would have been fighting with The Rock and Stone Cold and all them.
No way, really? Were they all over Japan at that time? Maybe. Sure.
Well, that era. Let's just say Chris Todd would have been. He would say he moved up the ranks by the time. Okay, my dad graduated college in like 91 or 92.
Okay,
but no.
You weren't even.
91. And so he would have gone off to Japan. And then think about The Rock. The Rock came in like 96, 97.
Right.
It usually gives you... It takes you time to usually become like a bigger star. So like he would have been around those guys at that time. That's just in my head.
Yeah.
I was wow, my dad could have been with The Rock.
That's true. Is The Rock one of your favorites? We want to know the Mount Rushmore of wrestling superstars from an expert such as yourself.
So your top 4
Wrestlers
all-time
all
wrestlers.
time.
Ric Flair.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Ric Flair's up there.
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart. Okay, there's 2.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, yeah.
This is a tough one. The last one.
I don't want to say it, but I gotta say it. John Cena.
Wow.
Wow.
Very
I
unexpected.
mean, John Cena. Like everyone knows who John Cena is.
That's true.
It's true.
Even
he
if
would
you
be on the Mount Rushmore of
I mean,
wrestlers.
because he's been in like
Or
when
would
we
be.
were kids. When we were kids, he was like the biggest name, and you're like John Cena. Oh my god! Like, and now he's like a wrestling meme, and like everyone knows who he is.
Yeah. Do you think?
You can't see him? So I mean,
Do you think we would see him if he was on Mount Rushmore?
you wouldn't be able to see his face? He would just
It'd
like,
just be a blank stone.
it would just be a blank. It'd be a flat face on the stone.
Yeah.
Or he just wrote like John Cena and like crayon.
right on the rock. That'd be funny. So yeah, WWE, big fan. That's awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, I was not expecting John Cena. I was expecting Stone Cold or The Rock or somebody.
Big Show.
Yeah, you left a lot
No,
of big
even
names
Undertaker might rival him
Okay.
or Shawn Michaels.
off. Okay.
The thing about The Rock and like Stone Cold, they weren't wrestling for the longest time. They were just that popular. Like The Rock is just so popular.
Yep.
That like everyone knows who he was, but he only wrestled for like I think 7 years.
He was like
John Cena was there for like
Everything.
almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Like if you guys okay, see, this is like I was talking to my dad about this. Like it's different if you're talking like mic skills and stuff. Like who could like if you think of like a funny thing like in wrestling, like definitely The Rock is up there.
Absolutely.
Because like he can say whatever and you're like, "Oh my god. That was great."
Where's the nearest bird? I want to run there.
That's a very good point. There's a lot of aspects. It's kind of like WWE is kind of like O-line. There are a lot of aspects that go into it.
Absolutely. And people don't notice that.
Correct. You can't, it's not enough just to be strong, big and strong. You know?
Huh?
Gotta communicate.
You gotta have that charisma.
That flair.
Yeah, and that's why you're the future of wrestling. Because you have that charisma. You are the Junkyard himself.
But you got to get in shape.
What you're doing right now,
You are
you're looking
doing that
great,
right now.
man. You're looking
2.5
great.
weeks into the Junkmania lifting program is working out great.
Over there at Powerhouse, right?
Powerhouse Gym. If you want to come work out with me, you can.
Canton, Ohio.
Canton, Ohio. Birthplace of football. Best city in America. What more do you want?
Birthplace of football, man.
Jeez.
Yeah. We'll transition into the next topic. Speaking of football, Johnny, how are the Browns going to do this year?
Well, first of all, the NFL may or may not happen, which is very sad.
We both think will happen.
Yeah.
I think
would
it's,
say.
to
I
be
think
honest,
it'll
if there's no football, college or NFL, I think the whole, there's riots going on now. I would riot so hard if there was no football. I think the whole United States would blow up.
I agree.
It's just
It
such
would
a-
just-
It literally
just-
might.
it would
It
just
might
blow
blow
up.
up. Like, there was no baseball. They had basketball, but it got cut. Like, if there's no football, like, oh my god, like, the whole world might literally blow up.
Well,
Right.
here's the thing. You saw how much money the March Madness lost just for a span of a month. We're talking about canceling a whole season for not only.
Think about like, oh, you go first. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. We're just that revenue lost.
Dude,
Some schools won't be able to stay open.
schools have to cut programs.
Yeah, dude.
I think Akron cut like, lacrosse or something like that because they're gonna lose a ton of money. Well, like think about it. Ohio State, one of the biggest college football programs, even biggest colleges in the nation. They probably generate, I'm just gonna say $1 billion.
I'm gonna look this up.
They probably do.
They probably generate $1 billion during football season.
And they've been
And
they've been taking initiative on a lot of this COVID stuff.
Yeah, and imagine how much money they make just from, ticket sales. That influences people to go to school there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, think about Alabama. The SEC might literally blow up because, like, what's the SEC good for besides football?
In our minds, not a lot.
I mean, like the Big Ten, they're actually pretty good A lot of things. Wrestling. They got wrestling.
Basketball.
They're half decent. They're actually pretty good at basketball.
Yeah. And there's probably way more sports that they're
good at baseball.
Yeah, that we don't know about. But football, that's Americana you're messing with.
Their revenue, if I'm reading this correct,
this is Ohio State.
Ohio State University put out that the university is one of the largest athletic departments in the nation in size and revenue. Total revenue in 2019 was $210 million, up $5 million from the year before in 2018.
That's a lot.
$1 billion was a stretch. But that's a good number. Just like you'd be like, wow, $1 billion.
There's probably billions of dollars being.
Now, if I'm reading that correct, I think that's for all sports. But you would have to think. I wonder if they've got a breakdown in here for just football.
Football, I'd say is 70% of that, or 60.
Yeah,
it's definitely got to be the upper half.
I would say it's close to half. Definitely more than like a third.
I think it's.
I think it's between 30 and.
They don't. Of course, they don't give the breakdown.
No, but
people ride it.
But we know how important football is to us, and the whole world would riot. You're right.
Dude,
maybe not riot for real, but like they'd be pissed for real.
I would send a nasty letter.
Very strongly worded letter to the commissioner of every conference.
Because, I mean, if they even do have the season, they're going to have to, one, decide if they're going to have fans or not. And if they are, we're sitting, like, decently 6 feet apart. Not really. But if say, like, me and Klaus is a Steelers fan, I'm a Browns fan, and I'm like, this mother effer is 5 feet near me, I'm gonna kick his ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're at a Browns-Steelers game. Like, well,
something's gonna go down.
Definitely. Because, I mean, like, in just my head, it would never work if you had the 6 feet rule thing. Or, like...
Or less fans.
You either got
to you have no fans or you have all the fans. Because either way, it's going to blow. No. It would blow with a little fans or no fans. So I'm just saying, just go with no fans. And this is what they should also do, which my dad and I were talking as well. So you know how they have Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night football?
Yeah. Yep.
They could definitely have football every night.
No doubt.
They could schedule it like that for sure, and it would be amazing.
Well, they've even increased the number of games this year.
17.
To 17.
Well, no, I think that goes to next year.
Maybe, is it next year?
It might be next year.
I think it's next year, because when they propose something like that, I think it takes 2 years. Because I think they accepted it as of this past season. It was during the playoffs they said that.
Oh my God, 17 games would be horrible.
Can
you imagine the toll your body takes?
Does that add? Wait, so it would be.
But I think you get 2 buys.
Games, right?
No, you get 1 buy.
I don't know the rule, but 17.
And they're changing the playoffs.
Still, it's crazy to think what they go through. NFL players, we went through 15 games. We went through 10. What was it?
10 regular season.
We went through 10 regular season games
in 16 weeks,
and then 5 playoff games.
Yep.
But like 1 bye week, so we went through 16 weeks of football.
Yeah, but bye weeks were like at the beginning of the year for us.
We were scrimmaging that bye week anyway.
Yeah, you're right. But even before then, we were doing 4 weeks of camp.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. Well, they cut down on the number of practices they're allowed to have in pads as well.
Yeah. Well, thank God, because our bodies would just get destroyed.
Wait, us?
No. Or the NFL.
Yeah. I'm just saying in general, like...
Yeah, but when your job is just football, which would be cool, like, I mean, you're going to have the best care, best this, the best piece of steak. I just had to say
big steak.
I would enjoy the best piece of steak. That'd be awesome. So anyway, Johnny, assuming we have a football season, Cleveland Browns, Super Bowl champs, or 0-16 yet again?
I think the bigger question is, do they pick up...
I'm saying no. Cam Newton should go to... Where was I? I'm gonna finish Klaus's first.
Okay.
Browns... Okay, I don't know if the playoffs are changed this year or next year. So if say it is, that's 7 teams. The Browns would be 6 or 7. But if they didn't, there'd be just 6 teams. I think Browns are 6 at 10-6.
Do you think they're making playoffs?
Yeah, because we can't. I mean, the Ravens will win the AFC North. They'll probably go 12-4, and then it's going to be us and the Steelers because the Steelers are just assholes, and they always end up doing well, even if like
Big Ben's coming back.
Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, Big Ben was hurt last year,
and then you got Cincy.
Cincy will win 6 games, maybe.
I don't know.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. You don't know.
Baker Mayfield. I mean, what? They're both Heisman Trophy winners. Like, you could be like, whoa, wow.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just saying, it's not going to be a cake.
Kyler Murray, wow, he was really good. He won 3 games, 4 games. But now they're saying he's going to be like MVP. So I'm like,
I don't know about that.
I'm saying my boy Phil Rivers is going to be MVP, or
for the Colts.
For the Colts, or it pains me to say Big Ben.
Yeah, if they end up doing well, then
dude,
the thing about Big Ben, he like never does bad.
That's right.
Like it's just like
consistent.
He's always good.
Yeah,
and I hate to say it, but he always plays like either. This is the thing though. He can throw for 500 yards whenever he wants. I feel like too.
Oh yeah.
It's just sickening. That team is too good. They have too good coaching. Mike Tomlin. I gotta give you pats on the back.
I love the way they play. And I know I'm a Chargers fan, but they love the mentality.
They do.
They are just, you look at their O-line.
Their O-line is always good.
It sets the tone through big Mike Pouncey.
It's true.
Big Pouncey fan, man.
The tone is set through
but
every
the Browns
offensive line.
Have a really good O-line now, too, maybe. Jedrick Wells! If you hear this podcast, if you need a left guard to play next year, call me up. It'd be pretty fun.
That would be. You'd be making...
The Browns do need a right guard, though.
You would be making outside right calls all the time.
Yogurt
calls.
Yogurt was so we had gone over to Otterbein, would have been our junior year.
Yeah, and you can say this because I don't think it's ever going to get used
No,
again.
no, we got... No, it's never going to get used again.
Yeah.
But we were sitting down at breakfast the morning of the game. Typically, the first couple strings head down to an away game early or the night before.
Yeah.
And the morning of the game, hogs eat together.
Absolutely.
So we all go down for breakfast, and Johnny, you've never been a guy to eat a big breakfast before a game, huh?
Never.
My go-to was a big thing of yogurt.
A big bowl of yogurt.
So that obviously goes into the next thing.
Yeah.
So we had gotten into the film a little bit, and a couple of their nose guards had given away which way they were going with their stance.
By their feet.
So we were sitting down at breakfast, and it was like, man, we should almost have a call to like
to be aware of that.
To be aware, like, hey, Johnny, this dude's coming towards you. Like,
yeah,
get ready.
I mean, in all honesty, you should be ready for that every play, but for some reason, we wanted to call for that.
Honestly, it started out with us just messing around.
This is the morning of the game.
The morning of the game.
we
Like, this
didn't game plan this at all during the week.
No.
This is Saturday morning at like 9 o'clock or whatever it was.
The funny thing about the whole thing is, you know, I was like, I think maybe the last one to sit down at the table.
Yeah, so you were.
So I got like 4 cups of yogurt, and I'm just sitting down, and I open up my first one, and I don't even hear their conversation. Like, this is, like, what they were saying, like, 30 seconds ago was what they were saying. Like, oh, we need to figure out something to say with this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, I open it up, and I go, yogurt. And everyone's like, what? And they start dying. They're like, we're using that. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, we're using yogurt as a call. I'm like, why?
Because we can.
Because we did. Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the whole game, we were just saying yogurt, and everyone's like, what the hell are you guys saying? And the coaches are like, why are you guys saying yogurt? We're like, don't worry about it.
It's O-line code. You don't need to know.
That was great.
Yeah, that was a fun. Oh man! And now we just say it to each other whenever we want. Yogurt.
I said it just like that. I was like, yogurt.
That's awesome. Oh, man. Well, I guess we'll get into the next topic.
Oh, of course.
Johnny, you probably came from studying for the MCAT. Am I right? Or maybe you were studying this weekend?
No, what was I doing this week?
I'm just saying the MCAT. You've been studying for the MCAT.
Yes.
You're going to be a doctor.
One day, I hope.
I heard a rumor that you're going to have a bowl of dirt in your office for people to become immune to germs. Is that true?
I read a book. It's crazy. I don't really read that often. I read one book in college that I got from the library. It was about we're being too clean. So we need to stay, not necessarily dirtier. We're too clean as a society, and that's why we're getting sick. And it sort of makes sense, but a lot of people be like, "Whoa, that's ridiculous, Johnny." Blah 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 blah. But like, you didn't read the book. You didn't read the book, and like, if you sort of here's an example. If you live with pets more often than not, like if you grew up with a pet, you are more likely to not get sick in some aspects than someone who didn't grow up with a pet. Because usually, guess what are dirty? Pets. And you're around them a lot. I mean, like, dirty is a bad word to use. But if you're too clean, like for example, every 5 seconds I put on Priel, you're killing the germs that are actually really good for you, instead of like the ones that are actually bad for you as well. But I mean, like on our skin, like there's good bacteria on you and good bacteria in you, and the
microbiome.
Yeah, your microbiome is huge. It deals with how you feel, your personalities and stuff. It's like a huge science, dude. And that was the book was all about. It was beautiful.
If that doesn't show that O-line are more than just meatheads, damn it, I don't know what does.
He's a prime example.
If you're feeling hungry, just go on the ground and eat a thing of dirt.
Eat dirt.
Eat the dirt.
Eat the dirt.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, man, you're studying for the MCAT. That's super exciting.
Yeah. Explain to the people like what that is.
It's a 7-hour exam. That's hell. It's 4 parts. One's reading. One's psychology and sociology based. One's chemistry based, like OChem, biochem, and one's more like biological based, like biochem and biology. And it's difficult.
Because you majored in
biology.
Okay, because you took a lot of biochem classes as well, didn't you?
I took a ton of chemistry. I took like 5.
Mm.
I have a minor in chemistry and a minor in business administration.
That's awesome. O-line, the brains and the brawn. Jonny Todd, a prime example.
You do have to know a lot on the field playing O-line. You have to know what everyone's doing, including yourself.
Yeah.
Compared to, I'm not saying that you don't know what everyone's doing when you're playing running back per se. That's a bad example. Receivers don't need to know what the O-line is doing, but it's sort of good to know what the receivers are doing when you play O-line.
Jonny Todd would ask the most unnecessary questions about where the receivers were blocking.
Or like where's the tight end here? Where is this person here? Because if you know where everyone's going, then you know how the play is going to run, and then if you make your block well, then you're like, well, then if everyone does their job, this will work. And it's like, wow, we scored a touchdown. How'd that happen?
Well, and it's even, we get into film on Monday, scouting report. And it's like, hey, this play is going to be the first one ran on Saturday. And it's going to be a touchdown because this guy's going to come down and this is going to happen.
It happens.
How many times did that happen, though? Seriously.
That happened about,
I'd say 7. 6.
At least 4. At least 4 times I can distinctly remember coming into film, they're going to be like, this is the first play on Saturday, and it's going to be a touchdown. And it's, oh, shit you not.
It's a touchdown.
Dude, it's 80 yards out the gate.
Yep.
Because they did exactly what they did. And that's why it's so important for you young guys, whoever listens to this, watch film. Watch film. Study it as if it was a class. You are majoring in football and whatever else you're majoring in, whether that's psychology, exercise science, education. You're a double major if you're coming in to play college football. And that should not be taken like it just is what it is. If you're not prepared for that, get prepared because you're going to work your ass off in the classroom, in the film room, on the field, in the weight room, everywhere. And you just got to go.
In high school, you play football. In college, you learn football.
I love that.
That's
true.
Yeah, like you think you know football, but you don't. You don't. Playing Madden doesn't help you.
No. You can't run monster.
Everybody can run forward bursts.
You can't run monster formation in college.
We almost did.
We did.
Oh, yeah, we did.
We almost did.
We almost did. That's right.
We had it in the game plan.
And we never used it. But something to keep in the back.
It was sad.
Knowing what's going on the football field will get you a lot of places, though.
Absolutely.
And I personally can attest to that. I was not the strongest. I was not the most physically gifted. In fact, I looked like a naff 90% of the time.
And the coach let you know.
Yeah, 100%. But dang it, did I know what was going to happen on every play? Damn near 90%.
Yep.
And that's the key. It's not, like I said earlier, it's not enough just to be big and strong and whatever. Like Johnny said, you learn football in college. You play it in high school.
Perfect preparation prevents piss poor performance.
It's a lot of peas.
Chris Katz said that.
He did. Shout out Cat.
Yes, absolutely. Johnny, I forgot to mention something. You were named D3Football.com All-American this year. Tell us a little bit about that.
I was.
I witnessed this man. This was the play that I knew Johnny was going to be an All-American. And I didn't tell you this, but I heard Coach Dart say that you play like an All-American early in the season. And I knew that it was going to happen when we were playing North Central. It was an unfortunate loss. But I remember one specific play from Johnny where I was playing right tackle and he was playing right guard, and he had my inside responsibility pretty much. And the D lineman went inside, and so it's Johnny's guy, and I'm kind of just standing there helping, but Johnny has, a good, he has the engagement with him.
Yeah,
Johnny
I had the priority to take him over Klaus.
Yes, and I watched this play happen because the ball was like away, and I watched Johnny take one arm, not two arms, his right arm, and throw this D lineman, who happened to be about 6'4", 290 pounds with the cowboy collar and everything, looked huge.
Here's a big
Johnny took his right hand and threw this dude into the ground 5 yards away from him, and I was like, oh my God, Johnny, you just shot-putted a man 5 yards.
It was as if he jumped off the top rope.
In
the arena.
It was an atomic elbow drop.
It was amazing. Oh my gosh! But that was the play where I was.
No,
like,
but yeah, dude, I remember I just took him from the right breastplate of the pads, and I just was like
inside
and threw him, and then I dove on him, and then D'Angelo was like, "You're 6'4" and you're on the ground." And I was like,
D12.
Yeah.
And I really don't I don't talk during the games, and I was just like, and I told him I was like, "Get up," like a serious in your face get up.
Yep.
And I was like, wow.
That's the play I knew. This kid's an All-American. So.
It's an exclamation.
And he'll just tell you I like playing football with my friends.
I do, because
it's the greatest sport ever.
It's the best team sport. It's actually the best sport ever, period. Because you're playing with 10 guys, including yourself, which is 11 if you can count. And if not all of them are doing their job, you won't win the game. In basketball, there's 5 of you, but say some of them are slacking, you can take over the game yourself and win the game, a.k.a. LeBron.
It's true.
Because LeBron could drop 50 and still win the game while the rest of the team scores 50. It's like, geez Louise, Papa Cheese. I don't know. It's baseball. You can win the game single hand. Yeah, if you're pitching a perfect game, that means, you can win the game. You can win the game yourself. Golf, it's all you. Tennis is all you. WWE, there's tag team matches. Wrestling, it's all you. I don't know.
Yeah.
What other team sports are there?
I mean,
Soccer.
what?
Soccer.
Oh, soccer.
I don't know much about soccer, so we're gonna skip that one. I played as a kid. I just sort of ran into everyone. I wasn't the best. I remember I played goalie sometimes, and I got blasted in the face with the ball once, and I started crying, and I was like 8. It was terrible.
Oh, man.
I wasn't, like, bad at soccer. I just wasn't, I was still, like, a big chubby kid. So I wasn't, A, the fastest, 2, the most agile, but I was the most aggressive. So I would I'd be like, bump people over.
That's awesome.
I swear, you can tell who's going to be an O-lineman at a young age, because they will be the perpetually kind of chubby kid trying to do a whole lot of other athletic things.
But those same kids will do whatever it takes for their team to win.
Exactly.
Like Jonny Todd.
Yep.
Never touched the ball once playing football except for center. Ever since I was a little kid, I was always like, you had to wear, like if you were overweight, you had to wear a stripe. I always had to wear a stripe.
Yeah, we had the star. It was the same thing, same concept.
I cut weight so I didn't have it because I was so crazy as a little kid. They gave us a yellow stripe on our nice silver and red helmets.
You guys have colored helmets
What do you mean?
as kids?
Well, yeah.
What?
It was
We had,
like
plain bald white.
We had like plain orange.
they were an exact
silver.
replication of Ohio State's helmet with a red and white stripe down center, and that was our helmet. And in Pee Wee, they gave you red or yellow tape that went across the front and the back. And I was like, dude, screw that. Look good, feel good, play good. I can't have a yellow stripe on my helmet.
See, but it was a white stripe. It was a white helmet, but it had it was just a green stripe all the way down, this way. So actually, it didn't look that bad.
Yeah. See, Mom put me on the South Beach diet on my request as an 8-year-old.
Wow.
What is
South Beach.
discipline? Discipline?
God, dude.
Had to.
Discipline.
I have a pimple right before your nose starts.
Oh, those hurt so bad.
And it's near your lip.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. It's a
They
pain.
hurt.
I just felt it today. I didn't know it was there.
Oh, once you feel it, it's over.
And then it's when you try to pop it, it makes your eyes water. And
Yeah.
you're like, why am I crying?
I think I want to hear the Massillon Glen Oak story. Jonny Todd, Glen Oak alumni. Tell us about your best game in high school at the historic Glen Oak Golden Eagle High School.
Senior year at Massillon. I forget the actual final score. We won by Can you guys look it up while I'm telling it?
Yeah,
I
sure.
got it.
It'd be 2015 Glen Oak versus Massillon. So we're playing Massillon at Massillon. Also this year, I gotta say, we're playing McKinley at McKinley. We'll get back to that. So pretty much, it's a really rough game. The year prior, we lose Massillon. This was my junior year, and the year prior to that, which was my first game ever starting as a sophomore, varsity, we play at Massillon, and we lose in triple overtime on 4th and goal on the 1 or 2, and we run a 47 power, and I pull, and our fullback is supposed to go block the linebacker. I think I'm supposed to go block the end. We both miss. He gets tackled in the backfield. It's so
This
sad.
is week 2 of the season?
Yeah, we always play them week 2. At least I don't know if they play them week 2 now, but I think they do.
Okay.
But what's the final senior year?
Massillon 21, you guys 37.
Damn right. That whole game was just amazing. Oh my god. The best part about I really don't. The only thing about this is weird. I keep going off. thing about when I play football, I don't remember really a lot of things when I play because I'm just like so focused on like what I'm doing that like it's just like a blur sometimes. Like I don't know it's about you. Like I can't really remember plays that often. Like I mean I can, but I can't. Especially like in high school, I can barely remember plays playing or like how did we score each time. But like I can tell you, it was the fourth quarter. And for 9 minutes straight, did we run the damn ball down their throat, went on 2 4th downs, and still kept running the ball.
Yeah.
We hit the ball like 13 times in a row and ran the clock out to win the game. And was it the best feeling ever? Yes. Did I
damn ball?
Did I pull like maybe 7 times in a row? Maybe. Also, dude, beautiful. That's how you play football. And we beat them.
You run
and
the damn ball.
Also, go back to what I just said. So we beat them at Massillon. And then who did I say we played at
McKinley.
home? I mean, away at McKinley?
Yes.
We played McKinley. And we beat them too. And we're the first team ever to beat Massillon and McKinley at their places. No one's ever done that, except for the 2015 Golden Eagles.
Scott Garcia.
Did we win the Federal League that year? Yes. Did we lose in the first round to Mentor? Yes. Is that where Mitch Trubisky went to high school? Yes. It's sad, yes.
Did Scott Garcia get fired?
No.
He left.
He resigned. Because he was the AD. So he was like, I'm going to resign, so. Well, this is the thing. I think this is why. Both of his sons, his youngest son, graduated high school that year, and like, so he stopped coaching. But I think he'll coach again. Because, I mean, like, he's still like 50 years old.
It's really not bad.
I know. I usually feel like you stop coaching when you're like 60.
Yeah.
Because now he's just the athletic director, so I don't know. I think he should go coach. So he was awesome head coach. What you think, like hard nose, yells at you when you do bad, like in your face. I love that. Like I don't want like soft, like like I don't know, like I couldn't imagine.
Someone who's direct.
Yeah, and like if you want to cuss at me and like get in my face and tell me like why I suck, please do so because I love that.
And guess what happened all 4 years of college? Exactly that.
You get yelled at, and I love that, and that's what I did in high school. Like I could imagine playing football now, like in high school, and like if someone yells at you, you can be like, "Well, that was harassment, this that." And I'm like, man up, don't be a puss, like. If you want to be a puss, go play tiddlywinks. Like, I don't know, it's football. You're supposed to get hit.
Didn't Chris Todd come down and grab you by the face mask?
Yeah.
Your dad?
It might have been my, junior year I was hurt. It was either my sophomore or senior year. I really can't remember. So, we're getting our ass kicked. I forget. I think we're playing Lake or Jackson at home or something like that. And I guess I'm doing bad. I don't know. So I'm walking, how like it's 4th down, we're about to punt. I'm like, shit. That's the worst feeling. You're like, oh, I'm going to punt. So I'm walking back to the bench and like I think most O-lines do this. Like your O-line coach sits you all down and talks to you. But like literally like I'm about to sit on the bench. Like how you like turn around and you're like about to sit down. As like I'm doing that process, I just get yanked by the face mask because I still have my helmet on. I'm like, what the heck? And it's my dad. And he just like yells at me. He goes, you need to go kick their ass, quit being a pussy and blah, blah, blah. Just like, man up. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, Dad. Like, and it was awesome. I think that was the best thing ever. And like Coach Garcia saw my dad and he just like gave him the thumbs up to like allow it.
Yeah.
Because I think he like hopped the fence to like get on the field or like to yell at me or something. I was like, I needed that.
That's awesome.
It's Father's Day coming up.
That's true. You got any big Father's Day gifts or events planned?
I'm going to get my dad a AEW shirt.
Nice. He'll love it.
That's awesome.
But
we should probably wait to post this then.
He won't listen to it.
Dang.
Oh, well, that's hurt.
Wow.
Unless I show him it.
You should show him it.
So maybe you should wait till Father's Day to post it.
No, we'll probably post it tomorrow, but...
The date is June 16th, 6:40 p.m. Father's Day is
This Sunday.
Sunday Fun Day.
Sunday fun day.
Yes. Should we get into it? The draft?
Yeah, let's get
Do
into
you want to do questions after the draft?
Yeah, we end with questions.
Okay, you're right. All right, Jonny Todd, special guest on the show, lover of all foods, just like us, fellow hogs, right?
Yeah.
We have decided to create a sandwich draft.
Sandwich
And
draft.
as the guest picker, I'm sorry, you are the guest, so you will be the first overall pick. You can think of any sandwich in the world, draft it, and we were going to make a big board for this, but we don't have it.
Okay, so the whole thing is you get...
Three picks.
So every guest will say a sandwich, and then you rank them.
No. This is like a draft. So like there's all the sandwiches on in the world,
Okay, where...
and you can pick number
do
one
I
overall. What is
pick-
number one overall?
Do I get to pick a sandwich? Like, do you have a category?
No, it's just whatever
sandwich. 2 slices of bread.
I get
That's the only requirement.
2 slices of bread.
And I, like, from anywhere, I can be
From
like,
anywhere.
this
It can
is
be
like
any.
the best
It can be anything. Any sandwich. You are the first overall pick. You are the Cleveland Brown of this sandwich
This
draft.
might be an underground pick because I don't think you guys can actually get them, maybe. Unless you, like, go to the Stark County Fair.
Okay.
What is it?
It is a DeRusso Italian sausage sandwich from, like, the DeRusso, like,
Describe.
sausage truck. Oh my god. They take, like, an Italian, like, loaf roll. They put, like, DeRusso's a brand.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you can buy DeRusso sausages. They're, like, frozen, usually, like, in, like, at the market.
Yeah.
Or, like, Giant Eagle or whatever. But, like, they, they have them fresh, whatever. I don't know where they get them from. It's DeRusso, so they must make them. But, so they just put a sausage on it, and they cook it in their sauce, like their, like, red sauce. Like, they cook it, like, in a, a marinara, I guess you could say. I really don't know. So they have the sauce. They take it sausage out, put it like on a hoagie roll. I don't know what type of roll. It's about yay big. They slice it like this. Sausage in. They put on like peppers and onions. Saute. Lather them up nice on top. They put, I don't know, mozzarella or provolone on top. And then they drizzle some of the sauce that was, they take the sauce that was like in the sausage. The sausage was sitting in the sauce, and they just like drown it in it. And they just wrap it up in tinfoil and give it to you, and oh my god, is it the best thing to ever eat.
Wow.
My dad and I, the JC Fair, which is a fair in North Canton, they also have like the Russo cart there. My dad and I would just be like, what do you want for dinner? We'd be like, if it's like the fair's going on, we'd be like, let's get like DeRusso's. We'll buy like 6 of them. And like, we'll have 3 apiece. And they're like $5, but they're worth it. That is probably the best sandwich. It's like addicting how good they are.
It sounds like a pretty damn good.
I got really excited right there.
Oh, dude,
I've got
that is the number one sandwich. The best thing about that is that like those sandwiches are only at like a fair type of venue, and that happens once a year. So it's like it's time to eat. Like it happens.
It's awesome.
My dad would say the same thing. I think that's the best sandwich in the world.
Awesome. Number 2, Taz. Number 2 overall.
Okay, so
your first pick.
The thing I'm sorry. The thing about mine though is you got like none of you've like probably none of you've had it. So like it's like that's
we're gonna have to try it to compare.
But the thing is, the fairs won't happen.
You never know, man.
They won't have a fair this year.
DeRusso's will have carryout.
It's not like a restaurant.
I don't care. They're gonna make it happen. Because guess what? You're gonna go and tell them I'm your highest paying customer.
I would pay like $20 for one, for real.
Wow.
It's
Must
that
be a
good.
sandwich.
I was gonna say.
It's so good. It's I don't know.
Wow.
Dude, I don't know if I can top that.
I described it excellently.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe.
Here's the thing, though. We have 3 sandwiches at each. So he could pick 2 really crappy sandwiches after this and have a low draft class.
So I get to pick 2 more?
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to seal 3 picks on that.
3
That's what I'm
Doritos
thinking.
sandwiches.
Maybe this is the thing. Whoever comes on the podcast gives us their favorite sandwich.
Maybe.
Because the big board, it's hard when we don't have a board.
That's true.
I'm saying we lock that one in. Jonny Todd has that sandwich.
Okay.
Whoever, I think, are we going to get Chris Goyen on next?
Absolutely.
I think Chris Goyen's next.
If he'll come on.
Yeah. Or we got some others in our back pocket.
Absolutely.
Maybe we see if our buddy D12 wants to get on Skype or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think. Johnny, I don't know if I can. Yeah.
Best
I'm gonna
sausage sandwich ever.
I'm going to go to bed dreaming about that sandwich.
The DeRusso sausage sandwich.
DeRusso.
The Russo sausage sandwich.
How do you spell that?
To be honest,
Do you know?
DARUSSO. DeRusso sausages.
Yeah, dude. Or DER.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they make pizza too?
I don't care about the pizza. Yeah, right. No, this is it. DIR. Right here.
Yep.
DeRusso's
DIR.
real Italian sausage.
DIR.
Yeah, DIRUSSO.
USSO. Sausage truck.
They first started at the Canfield Fair.
That's
So
a great
That's
fair.
the only place that you know of that you can get those.
No, they started at the Canfield Fair. Like
They
they're
have-
usually at mostly every fair.
They have an
Okay.
event. A calendar.
Says over the last 50 years, our Italian sausages and other DeRusso products are now available at more than 300 retail grocers and food service establishments in Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, and West Virginia.
They're saying they're going to be around still this year, Junk.
Oh, they make meatball sandwiches. Oh, that's probably amazing. Best sauce. That's the best sandwich in the whole world. Period.
That ends it right there.
That's it.
That's crazy. You all right there?
Johnny, you pulled your hamstring so
Dude, so I pulled my hamstring. I guess you could say yesterday. At least I think I did. It might be so sore to the point where like it feels pulled. So I never go biking on like the riding bike at the gym. I usually go for 30 minutes, and I'm like, I wouldn't say leisurely riding, but I'm like, like keep a good pace. Like I gotta push myself a bit. You're listening to music, looking at the TVs, like, oh yeah, bike. And then, well, I was like, screw it, I'm gonna go for 60 minutes. Because my buddy Paul was like, Johnny, ride for 60 minutes, and you tell me how sore you'll feel, or like, you'll be sweating a ton, and it's like good for, cardio, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. So I'm biking hard, like level 13, that's like pretty tough. Running at like 90 RPMs, like keeping that constant, like, cooking. And so I get done with that, I'm like, wow, my legs are a little tired. Didn't really think anything of it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go do my other workouts, do my chest.
juicy.
And then I did some abs, gotta get that core good. And then I go home, feeling alright. It's like 7 o'clock. I'm like, Jesus Christ, they're sore. I'm like, I'm just sore. Cool. And then right before I was going to bed last night, I'm like straight. You know how you sort of straighten your legs while you sleep? I think everyone does that. It just hurts to straighten my leg. Like it feels like right now I'm standing up, and it feels like I'm stretching my legs out, just standing. And I'm like, why? And then I was like, oh, it'll be fine tomorrow. So I wake up today, and I'm like, oh wow, they hurt. Just my left one. It's like right behind my knee, right before my hamstring is. My right one is sort of like the same, but it's not as sore. So it must have been I was pushing more with my left.
Cardio and
I was just like, okay, well, screw it. I'm gonna go back on the bike. But I went for 30 minutes, and I rode leisurely because I was like, I'm really hurting, so I'm just gonna keep a coast, driving down the highway, So I'm coasting on the bike, and after that I was like, that made it a lot worse. And now they really hurt. So, like, it hurts to sit down, and that's why I'm standing.
All right, do we have questions?
We have questions. You can get some water while you think about these questions, Johnny. So each podcast, if you don't know, we'll take questions from the internet. Basically, it's kind of like Barstool Answer the Internet, but at least I just tried to find questions,
Just random questions.
Just random questions. Yeah,
Something
some of them
fun.
are from the Barstool game, but
Yeah.
some of them are just from the internet. So I think this is for everybody. We will all answer these questions.
We have to all answer.
Okay.
Okay.
And if you're listening to this podcast, ask everyone in the world that you know these questions and see the answers. Johnny's skipping back over here. All right, Johnny. First question. When aliens inevitably come to Earth, who is one person to be the ambassador for the human race?
Me.
Okay,
No.
that's it.
That's me, period.
Got my vote.
Can you talk to aliens? Can you communicate with them?
I can give them, like, the Spock V.
There you go.
Is that called a Spock V? I don't know.
I don't
I think that's what it is.
I can't even do it. I can do it in my hand.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Joe
hello,
Thomas.
good sir.
Joe Thomas used to tape his hands like
Lobster
that.
fingers.
Lobster fingers. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I'm
That's
going Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Yeah,
Good pick.
I said like Will Smith because he's dealt with that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, he's experienced.
He's Men in Black 1 and 2.
Independence Day.
Independence Day, great movie.
He knows aliens. I feel
He
like
knows
they would
how to
know
fight
him.
them.
I feel like they would know Will Smith. They'd be like,
Is
"Oh,
Will
we got
Smith
this
an
guy."
alien?
I don't know.
I think aliens are already here. Big alien guy.
Yeah.
100%.
I think we found them.
Yeah, they're. That's why I worded the question like that because they are going to
We
come up
already
at
found
some
them,
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found them.
Area 51.
Why?
Yeah. So you'd be the human ambassador. Good question.
Question 2, hit me.
Question 2. Would you rather, and this is going to be interesting for him, would you rather be an NFL star or an MLB star?
What am I playing in the MLB? And in the NFL?
NFL, you're playing guard.
MLB, you're playing.
Probably catcher or first base.
Give me first base.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm playing MLB because I know it's just you're gonna be. I love football, but like it would suck. It wouldn't suck to play in the NFL, but like you're gonna be hurting, and like I'm lucky I'm not really hurting after college, really. But like in the NFL, oh.
But you'd be playing the game that you love the most.
Are you like playing?
Yes.
Like you're.
You're either a star in the NFL or you're a star in the MLB.
Oh, so that means like I'm the shit.
So you're you're Mike
Like, you're
Trout
going
or
to
you're
Okay, screw it. I'm
The
playing.
star
I'm
NFL
playing for the
era.
Browns. I'm
Yeah,
playing for the Browns.
you're heading to the Pro
I
Bowl.
don't want to change your answer.
No, like I first I didn't hear star.
Yeah, you'd be a star in just which sport would you rather be a star
I'm
in?
playing for the Browns.
You'd be the star of the
I'm doing
right
like a
guard.
5-year playing time for J Todd. Maybe 6. Then call it quits.
Make a bunch of money. Call it.
Get my rookie contract out of the way, and then get like that second that like it's like maybe
Second contract.
like it's like wow this guy's good. Let's pay him. Cut it quits there.
Fair enough.
Hit like 1 or 2 Pro Bowls. That's all you need.
Yeah. Tav,
I'm MLB all the way. I'm a huge baseball guy.
I figured you'd go MLB.
What are
Give
you
me
playing?
First base. And I'm hitting bombs.
Making millions.
Making millions. I'm talking shit on first base to every base runner. Give me major league. Give me.
I was
MLB.
so tempted to say first base because like I was like 60-40.
Yeah.
Because like one, I like playing baseball. The only thing though is like you play so many games, and I feel like you're on the road all the time.
Oh yeah.
162 games. No, is it 62?
Mm-hmm. I think something around there.
Dude,
A lot.
crazy.
A lot of baseball.
That's crazy.
Yeah, football. I just feel like football.
NFL. I'm agreeing with Johnny. I'd be an NFL star. I was never into baseball. I don't really care about the money. I'd be playing the sport that I love. I'd be playing right tackle, right next to my man, Junk.
If I was a DH in baseball, just DH.
Would that change your answer?
Like
Dude,
an Albert Pujols?
Yeah, dude. If you could just be like, all right, here we go. I'm just going to swing 4 times today, be at the plate 4 times, maybe crank a homer. That's it. Like, oh, dude. Make millions off that. It's pretty cool.
Awesome. Got our answers. All right, last question.
Yeah.
Football? You sticking with football, Joe?
Yes.
Cool. Last question. Here we go. Would you rather have all of humanity be able to breathe underwater or communicate with extraterrestrial life?
I want to swim with the fishes. Metaphorically.
Jonny Todd wants to swim with the fishes.
I'm talking to aliens.
I think, oh man, and it's all of humanity too. That's the thing.
Dude, we could like.
If all of humanity could,
There could be
communicate with
Atlantis.
aliens, that'd be. But that's the other thing. If we could breathe underwater, we would discover so much. I mean, the ocean is terrifying.
We don't know a lot about the ocean.
We know more about space than we do the ocean.
We know more about the moon. Yeah, than fucking our own fucking oceans.
It's amazing. So I'm gonna go with. Oh gosh, it's scary, but I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with the breathe underwater.
Dude, it'd be so cool.
Yeah. So you're swimming with the fishes. You're doing extraterrestrial life.
Dude.
Why?
Well, we're talking about learning stuff. Well, number one, they're coming to Earth, 100%. If they're not already here, they're already here. But if they're not already here, they're coming. And imagine the technology, but you don't get the technology unless you can't read a manual on alien if you don't speak alien.
That's true. Man.
And then you can sit there and, let's say, go a step further, technology for breathing apparatuses that are streamlined that allow you to breathe underwater.
That might change my answer, to be honest, because you could learn so much from. And there's so much alien life out there. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna change my answer. I'd rather have all of humanity be able to communicate with extraterrestrial life. That's my answer. Johnny's gonna be in the ocean.
Swimming. I love it.
That's awesome.
All right. Is that it?
That is it.
Jonny Todd, thank you so much for making the long drive out here from Canton. We appreciate you.
The long 20-minute
It was
drive.
like 20, 25 minutes.
Well,
Low traffic.
regardless, thank you so much for coming out.
I'll be back.
Oh, 100%.
We'd be glad to have you back.
We get
the whole
mid-season.
line in here.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
We get mid-NFL season.
Absolutely. Mid wrestling season?
Oh, 100%.
When he's not saving people's lives in the doctor's office?
There it is.
We'll have you on the podcast.
Doc Junk.
I can be back tomorrow.
All right. Well, in that case, hola to the shoots.
To the shoots. That's it.